70 to 73% of South Sudanese are the young people. And you realize that in different parts of the world, people have always had, negative thoughts about South Sudan. As a young politician, how is this kind of perception, contrary to what is really on the ground?
Okay, we must not dispute the fact that we as a country were facing challenges. We understand that we just got independent recently, so and our country is faced with a lot of challenges. But what we can tell the other part of the world is that in a situation whereby you have challenges, there are also opportunities. And the international community has always focused on the challenges and the hardship in South Sudan, but they have not seen the other side of the story. Through the same situation, we have young South Sudanese who are trying their level best to change the narrative on the ground. So we have young South Sudanese who are taking part in changing the situation, in rewriting the history of South Sudan in the face of the world. So what we will tell the other people outside that, yes, you have the reason to believe that South Sudan has this and that, there's civil war and there's this, but within the same location of civil war, there are opportunities. There are people and there are young men and women who are trying to make it better. So we have a different story on the ground. So this is what I can tell the outside world.
I think the viewer active right now should know that the youngest population in South Sudan are really doing their best to see that the nation is transformed.
Yes.
As a young politician, being also an advocate, how would you love young women in South Sudan to be empowered?
Okay, when we talked about young women, they also fall under the bracket of youth. And if we talked about the youth are the engine that ignite the country to keep moving forward. So the women and the young women, they have a role to play in building a prosperous country. So it is very paramount of us as a country to empower the young ladies or the young women in the change towards a better South Sudan. So it is a collective responsibility that whereby we need to make sure that our girl child or our sisters, they are equipped with the tools. When it comes to the political representation, they also need to be represented. They also need to take part in political representation. And that's why even our own constitution, it is very clear 35% should be given to the female. That is about the gender equality. So even our government is also working so hard, making sure that the ladies are also represented in the political leadership. So empowering women, it is very essential for sustainable development. So it is very important to empower the young ladies or the young women in our country for us to have a better South Sudan and for us to have strong ladies in the field of advocacy, in the field of leadership.